I never thought moving to a new colony would involve awkward conversations about dating or lack thereof with extraterrestrial neighbors. Yet, here I was, in Unit 17B of the sprawling orbital settlement Epsilon Haven, staring at a violet-skinned alien with iridescent eyes that seemed to pierce through the thin veil of my human composure. Her name was Sereth. She had moved in next door only a week prior, and I had learned more about the peculiarities of her species, the Lumeri, than I had expected or wanted to. They had 6 limbs, a fragile yet graceful build, and their physiology allowed them to alter skin pigmentation according to mood. Right now, her cheeks, if you could call them that, shimmered a soft, hesitant lavender. 2 years, I repeated, trying to sound casual. My voice cracked slightly, betraying my nervousness. Yes, Sereth replied, tilting her head with a grace that humans could never replicate. To Earth years without a male partner. It is unusual for me. My people consider this an extended absence. I froze. The realization of what she meant hit me like a meteor strike. Not 2 years without a companion. Not 2 years without friends. 2 years without a male partner. I coughed awkwardly. I see, I managed, though I was pretty sure my face had turned as red as a dying star. Sereth seemed unbothered by my reaction. To her, human embarrassment was probably quaint. Your hesitation is interesting. Are humans so sensitive about such matters? Well, yes, I admitted. Most of the time, I scratched the back of my neck, trying to figure out how to steer the conversation somewhere less intimate. I mean, I'm human. It's complicated. Sereth's 6-fingered hands folded in her lap. Complicated. That is a common human response. I will simplify. I am interested in finding a male partner. Preferably. Soon. The room felt suddenly smaller, the hum of the orbital generators louder, and my heart raced like I was trying to outrun gravity itself. I laughed nervously. Well, you've come to the right place, I guess. I gestured vaguely at myself, hoping she would understand that I wasn't just being self-deprecating, though I was. She tilted her head again, that thoughtful shimmer of lavender intensifying. You are suggesting yourself. I choked. Me. Oh no, I mean. I didn't. Well, my words collided and imploded like unstable particles. I was entirely human in this moment, awkward, flustered, and completely exposed. Sereth's laughter, soft, musical, and resonating at a frequency humans could only just hear, filled the room. It was not mocking, not unkind. It was curious, amused, and somehow inviting. I see, she said after a moment, her eyes reflecting the faint glow of the artificial starlight outside. You humans are always so hesitant. Your caution is admirable. I swallowed hard. Thanks. I wasn't sure what else to say. The rest of that evening passed in a blur of awkward conversation. Sereth asked me about my life on Earth, my reasons for joining Epsilon Haven, and my thoughts on interstellar diplomacy. I tried to answer, but my mind kept returning to the most pressing question. Do I want to? Humans were complicated, yes. But maybe I could navigate this. After all, I had moved to this colony for a fresh start, and apparently the universe had a very particular sense of humor about how fresh that start would be. Over the next few days, Sereth and I grew closer. She would stop by unannounced, often carrying exotic fruits from the hydroponic gardens or strange teas that smelled faintly metallic. Her laughter was a constant companion, her curiosity about human culture endless. I found myself teaching her about earth music, television, and even the nuances of bad human jokes, and she listened, really listened, not just to my words, but to the small hesitations, the nervous tics, the subtle ways I tried to hide my excitement. One evening, she asked me to help her with something personal. My species has a bonding ritual, she explained. It is intended to solidify trust and partnership. You, being human, may find it unusual. Bonding ritual, I repeated cautiously. Like friendship bonding. No, she said, her violet eyes now flashing a deep indigo. Partner bonding. Male and female. Earth equivalent. Dating. Only more direct. I tried to keep my cool. I really did, okay. Direct, huh? What do I need to do? Sereth smiled. You will know. Just be present and honest. The night of the ritual arrived. I felt like I was walking onto an alien stage without a script. The room was dimly lit, the walls glowing faintly with bioluminescent panels. Sereth had prepared a circle of soft mats, surrounding a shallow pool of reflective liquid that shimmered like liquid moonlight. Step inside, she instructed, and do not be afraid. I stepped into the circle, feeling the liquid warm against my bare feet. The air itself seemed charged, vibrating with something that was both physical and emotional. Sereth mirrored my movement, stepping gracefully into the circle. Focus on me, she said. Focus on our connection. Let your intentions be clear. I did my best. I concentrated on her eyes, on the way she looked at me, but through me, seeing parts of myself I didn't even realize existed. And then something incredible happened. The reflective liquid began to ripple, forming images, memories, emotions, shared experiences. I saw my childhood, Sereth's upbringing, the lonely moments in both our lives, and the small joys we had overlooked. I can see, I whispered, awestruck. Yes, she said softly. You see me, and I see you. This is the essence of bonding. It is more than attraction, it is understanding, empathy, and trust. I realized then that my heart was pounding not just from nerves, but from something deeper. The thrill of connection, the exhilaration of discovering someone who understood me beyond words. Sereth reached out, her six-fingered hand brushing mine. The contact sent shivers through my body, human nerves and luminary physiology interacting in ways I could never have predicted. I have waited for a male partner for 2 Earth years, she murmured, and I have waited for someone who could understand me. You may be him. My breath caught. You mean me? She nodded, eyes sparkling. Yes, you. I laughed nervously, overwhelmed by the sudden clarity of her words. Well, I didn't exactly plan on this, but, yes, I think I want to try. Sereth smiled, her skin shimmering in a gradient of soft blues and greens, a sign of joy in Lumeri culture. Then we shall begin. The following weeks were a whirlwind of learning, adaptation, and intimacy. Not just physical, though that was part of it, but emotional, intellectual, and spiritual. Sereth taught me about Lumeri customs, their intricate social rituals, and even their humor, which was often darker than human jokes, but somehow just as funny. I, in turn, introduced her to the messy chaos of human life. pizza, comic books, bad sci-fi movies, and the simple pleasure of laughing until your ribs ached. She loved it all, though she was occasionally bewildered by my tendency to spill things, trip over nothing, or react dramatically to minor inconveniences. And through it all, the bond deepened. One night, as we lay on the soft mats in her apartment, watching the orbital city lights flicker below, Sirith whispered, "You know, I have never met a human like you." I smiled, brushing a strand of her iridescent hair from her face. "I could say the same about you." Her hand found mine, and she squeezed gently. "Thank you for choosing me," I chuckled softly. "I think we chose each other." The irony wasn't lost on me. I had moved to a distant orbital colony seeking anonymity, fresh starts, and perhaps adventure. Instead, I had found connection, understanding, and a love that transcended species. Sereth shifted slightly, resting her head against my shoulder. 2 years is a long time, she murmured, but it was worth the wait. I held her close, my heart full. Every second, I whispered back, and in that moment, floating above a distant planet in the cold void of space, it became clear to me why humans survived, thrived, and persevered through the endless challenges of the universe. Not just because of strength, intelligence, or ingenuity, but because of our capacity to connect, to love, to understand one another. No matter how different we seemed, Sereth was proof of that. And I, unexpectedly, was proof of it too. By the time the orbital sun rose over Epsilon Haven, casting a golden glow over the settlement, Sereth and I were no longer just neighbors. We were partners, explorers, and something much rarer in the galaxy. 2 beings from different worlds who had found harmony. And as I looked at her, violet skin now a soft pink in the morning light, I realized that some things in life were worth the awkward conversations, the nervousness, and the uncertainties, because sometimes understanding love was the best adventure of all. Asterisk.